guys, we're going to talk about something that we have all experienced in some way on the tennis court, unless you're a really beginner, and that is choking. And I want to talk about what it feels like so you can be more aware of it, and then also what you can do to help get you through that. Now, experience helps. Getting through a lot of matches will help you realize that that you can control your emotions a little bit better that way. But I think there's other ways to get through that a little faster than just saying go play a lot of matches. So first of all, what does it feel like? So everyone has a different way of describing it, but I would say that you can tell when your grip gets tight. And how do you know when your grip gets tight? So like when I'm coaching somebody and I watch them play, I can tell when they choke, like when they're feeling pressure, is when the ball goes short. Because when the ball goes short, it's because you're tightening up your grip, and therefore you're losing racket head speed, and the ball is going to fall short a lot. So even if the player isn't hitting the ball in the net, they usually hit the ball short, and the other player usually is able to dictate the point. So that's the first thing I look for, is the ball going short or into the net. And that's for me too. I can feel that on big points sometimes. I'm tightening up, ball goes in the net, and I can, you gotta acknowledge it. Maybe not judge it, like, oh man, you choked, right? Get all mad at yourself, but acknowledge it so that you can get through the process of getting back on track, right? I also see that on the serve a lot. So choking on the serve is very common because everyone's watching you. You got a ball. You're the one that's in control of everything. You should be getting in. A lot of pressure for a lot of people. So what I notice is this racket does not drop as fluidly as when you are feeling good. Meaning, I feel a lot of players will take this racket, drop it, and then force it up. That means their grip is tight and they're not letting the racket just drop and go through. So that's a huge difference. You can tell back to racket head speed. The racket is getting tight in their hand, the racket's not moving as fast, and that's a problem. So let's get into why we do that. So why does choking happen? And it's because we care too much. And the idea, though, is we have control issues. I always tell people that they have control issues when they have tight grips. And the problem is we want to win so bad that we want to do everything in our power to win, and that means we got to take the control. So we cannot let this racket do everything. We have to take control of it. So that's why the grip tightens up. We start pushing. We start swinging with our arm more than letting the racket just flow through the ball. And we stop our racket head on impact because we're so obsessed with taking control. So when they say playing out of your mind, it literally means that where you're not thinking about why you're playing well and trying to take responsibility for it, saying, hey, I hit that ball, I hit that ace, I'm doing that, wow, I wonder why am I doing this, and then you start looking into it. When you do that, then you start losing the ability to just have a fluid motion. And when you don't have a fluid motion, the ball will become really hard for you to hit. Greg Norman is famous for his choking during the Masters, and that happens. So it happens to pros of all sports, and tennis is a big one because it's a skilled sport. So the biggest thing that I could tell you is that you cannot to remind yourself that you cannot control the outcome, and that you're just going to do your best, and whatever happens is either good luck or bad luck. When I think of that, when I hit a good shot, I'm like, oh wow, I got lucky, I played hard, and it worked out in my favor. And when I hit the ball in the net or something, like, wow, bad luck, and I move on, So I don't try to justify or take control of that, like that was me. Because once you start taking responsibility to those shots, it becomes easier for you to choke. So I would think the book called Ego is the Enemy is a great book to read. Gets you into the mindset of leaders of all kinds that talk about how ego can get in the way of performance. And in tennis, it's a big thing. So next time you play a match, maybe take yourself out of it and take those expectations out and just play. and you just you can observe from a third person perspective of how things are going. You're not judging, you're just observing. And then when you start doing that, you can just start playing and not thinking of your strokes as much. And it's a much more, it's a fun experience. So hopefully that helped a little bit to get you in the right track to playing better in your matches. And just reading more and just being observant during your matches will help you a lot. So good luck.